everyone. I wanted to just pop on real quick for another edition of Coffee Talk, although I'm not drinking coffee right now. I'm not driving. Mark is driving. I am sitting in the passenger seat. I want to just share a really quick story, a great reminder of what happens when we jump onto quick assumptions. So we have two stray cats that we've taken in. They're in our backyard, and Mark very creatively put together a feeding station for them so it'll drop food twice a day. And over the past few months, 4, 5, 6 months maybe now, there has been another cat in our backyard. And when the food drops for our two cats, this other cat runs in and tries to grab the food. Now this other cat has a collar, had a tag, and a bell. So I made the assumption that that cat belonged to another family. And I would often, therefore, chase her away because I didn't want her to eat the food that was for our cats. And I felt, I don't want to cause her any harm, but just scooch. And so I'd get up in the morning when the food was going to come down. We actually even started just feeding the cats inside our house to prevent her, because sometimes we're not always there. Well, yesterday, I saw her run underneath the shed. I went and grabbed Mark, and he put together the trap, and sure enough, when she came out, we caught her. And since we caught her, she was very skittish, and we could clearly see the tag and the phone number and whatnot. And obviously she belonged to somebody. And then Mark called the number, found out that the people had moved to Texas and they had rehomed her. And in September, the people who had rehomed her called them and said, "We lost her. She ran away. We can't find her." So apparently she had gotten out and tried to find her way back home to her original family, which of course were no longer there. Well, instantly, as soon as I understood that this poor cat had been an indoor cat her entire life and has been living outside for the last 4 months, and obviously discovered that we had food so she could get to our food, she'd been pretty much living in our backyard and not knowing that somebody else wasn't taking care of her. So that changed my perception of her, and compassion. I mean, like this poor little kitty who missed her family, and she was all by herself now living out in the wild. I mean, I know I'm being a little dramatic, but that's what eventually happened. So we brought her inside. We got her kitty litter so she could use the kitty litter and food and water, and put her inside in our gym, and we got her some toys. And within a couple of hours, she was just so delightful and cuddling and meowing and wanting to be scratched behind her ears and a tummy rub. And what a change of my interaction, simply because we took the effort to find out a little bit more about this cat. And that's a great reminder of how we could be today. Instead of making a quick assumption and treating that person based upon an assumption that we make, we could take a little bit more time and get to know them, get to know what it is about them, and find understanding before we cast a judgment and a reaction to them. So it was very, very moving to know this poor little kitty. She's so sweet. Her name is Bonnie, we found out. She's beautiful and sweet and just very loving, and you could tell she must have missed having human interaction. It took her a while for him to cut to us, but now she just runs and wants to cuddle up and snuggle. And of course, when we get back from where we're going, we're going to need to rehome her because my husband's allergic to cats and we can't keep the cat in the house. But that's even so funny too, knowing that we're can't have them. The fact that Mark was like, "Let's bring her inside and let's take care of her," just really is very moving. It's very inspirational. So I hope you enjoyed this little video, and perhaps maybe this weekend as you're tooling about, think about all the quick assumptions that you make, and perhaps maybe taking a step back and learning a little bit more about the people, and maybe your demeanor and behavior will change as well. So thank you for joining me this weekend. Today on our Coffee Talk. I will be delivering a insight on Monday, and I'm sorry I don't have the topic with me now, but I know we're going to post them shortly, so you'll know what we're going to be talking about on Mondays. Check out the YouTube video where you will find more of our videos that we've been uploading from past Monday night workshops. I think 2013 is what we've been doing all the way up to the present. So we're working on getting all those videos up for you. Have a wonderful weekend, and thank you for keeping the spirit of Omega alive. Bye now.